Hello guys, today we're going to learn about the cardiovascular system. So first of all, I want you to point to where your heart is on your body. Can you point to where your heart is on your body for me? Alrighty, so I'm seeing a lot of you pointing to your chest. Right side or left side? What side is it? Left side, good. Okay, a lot of you are pointing right here. You are very, very close. Your heart is actually more kind of like right down in here. But that's perfect, okay? So it's on the left upper chest. Can you tell me what your heart does for your body? Good, it pumps blood through your body, okay? And why do we need blood in our body? To live, okay? And to give oxygen to the rest of our body. Good, so blood carries oxygen, and our tissues in our body need oxygen to live, okay? All right, we're going to dive deeper for just 1 minute there. But before I get to that, how does your blood get pumped through your heart? Good, it pumps, right? So your heart's pumping like this. Okay, do this with me. Alrighty, and we know every time your heart beats a minute, that is your heart rate. So that is helping your blood get to the rest of your body. Good, okay? So real quick, I'm going to show you a YouTube video just to give you a little visual of how that blood works through that heart pump, and then we're going to explain it and build a model, okay? That video is called A Tour of the Heart on YouTube, and it's 6 minutes long, all right? So they watch that video, and then today we're going to be learning about how the heart works by building a model and tracing the blood flow through it. And it's going to help us understand how oxygen and nutrients travel through the body better, okay? So, I want you to do this for me real quick, okay? Squeeze your finger real tight. What color does your finger turn? It's starting to turn purple or blue, right? Okay? All right, if I hold my breath for too long, what color am I going to turn? Blue, right. So when I am deprived of oxygen, or if a tissue is deprived from oxygen, it turns blue. And I want you to know that because you have two roads that come off of your heart to help transport the blood through it. It's called veins and arteries. Your veins will be blue and your arteries are going to be red. So we want oxygen to tissues. So when the blood comes out of our heart, it's going to travel down a road called an artery, and it's going to have oxygenated blood in it, okay? So arteries away. Do this with me. Arteries away oxygen, right? Now it's going to get to the tissue, and the tissue is going to steal that oxygen. So now I have unoxygenated blood. There's no oxygen in that blood. So it's got to go travel back up a vein, that road, veins towards, no oxygen, veins towards, no oxygen, right? And it's going to bring that unoxygenated blood back to my heart to recycle it, get more oxygen, and send the oxygenated blood back down to the arteries. Okay? Kind of cool, right? So we're going to pair up into groups, and we're going to build a model of a heart out of Play-Doh, and we're going to describe then how that blood goes through, okay? And we're going to label the parts. So they get into their groups, and I show them how to do this one-on-one with a projector. And it's backwards on the video, but here's my Play-Doh heart. So we're going to describe how there are 4 chambers, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the heart. Atrium, ventricles, atrium, ventricle. Right side, left side. The right side has unoxygenated blood. This side has oxygenated blood. So it's going to come through the atrium into the ventricles, okay? And it's going to come through the atrium through the superior and inferior vena cava, which is like a vein. And it's going to go through this pink little door here called the tricuspid valve, because there's 3 doors. It's going to open this to let the blood down in here. I'm going to move my aorta as it falls off. It's going to then travel up the pulmonary vein or artery. Now, this is the only time this artery is blue, okay? So it's going to go through here. There's another door right here called the pulmonary valve, and it's going to bring that unoxygenated blood up to my lungs. It's going to pick up some oxygen from my lungs. It's going to come through the pulmonary vein, which again, only time a vein is red, enter through this chamber, which is this hole here, this atrium, down to the mitral or bicuspid valve, because there's only 2 doors here, to the ventricle, left ventricle, and it's going to give a real big squeeze and go up my aorta, through the aortic valve, up to the rest of my body, and it's going to bring oxygen to the rest of my body. So when my body stills all that oxygen, it's going to recycle, and it's going to come through this way, okay? So let's describe how that looks like with our hands. So we have our atrias up here. They look like little A's. And we have our ventricles down here that look like V's, okay? So atrium, ventricle, atrium, ventricle. They're going to pump at the same time. And I want you to do this with me, okay? Atrium, ventricle, atrium, ventricles. Now, in terms of blood pressure, we know we have 2 numbers, okay? We have a top number and a bottom number. So that is the measure of force it's taking to squeeze those chambers to get all that blood out to the rest of our body, okay? So this, believe it or not, is going to be the bottom number because it's a smaller force, and the ventricles are going to be our top number because it's a big force to get that blood out to our body, okay? So bottom number, top number, bottom number, top number, bottom number, top number. Let's give it a name. Diastolic, systolic, diastolic, systolic, diastolic, systolic, right? Okay, and then just to review, the deoxygenated blood is on the right side, and the oxygenated blood flows through the left side, okay? So after they do the model, and we practice that several times, I'm gonna give them a vocab sheet. And this is something too that we'll practice, is talking about the atrium. We're gonna point upwards, ventricle downwards. When I say valve, we're gonna make a door motion. When I say artery, which we already did, away, vein towards. When we're talking about oxygenated blood, red clay we're going to point to. Deoxygenated blood is blue clay. Circulation, all the way around. It's circulating the blood all the way around. And then we got pulmonary, which circulation is referring to the right side of the body, the right side of the heart. And systolic is going to refer to the left side of the heart. Okay, so we're going to do those hand gestures. Once I get them kind of on board on that, they're going to then do the sentence framing with those vocabulary, and we're going to write step by step on what the steps are. And then they'll have an exit ticket, which they're going to draw and label the heart, which they pretty much did with me. I'm just going to go around and make sure they did it right. And they're going to write 3 sentences explaining how the blood flows. Okay? And I wanted to make this a 2-day lesson, so then the next day we'll review it. And I have just a few. We could do this one, which is another kind of like sentence framing, but they're going to do pictures, or they're going to write the steps in order. Okay, so it's just another visual. And they're also going to label the heart here. Okay, and we're going to do this together as a review. So that is my lesson on the circulatory system for 9th to 12th grade using the concrete to abstract method.